Hi everyone, welcome to my newest psychic tarot reading on Shanquella Robinson and Daejhanae Jackson. Thank you all for being here. I'm Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic, an energy channeler, a tarot reader, and an astrologer. And I would love if you would be interested in a personal reading from me. If you would like a reading, I am available for personal readings. I have not been online lately because I have been booked and busy. So if you would like a reading, you can text me at 703-791-9162. You can also email me at lamarr.townsend@gmail.com. You can also visit my website. That's the best way to reach me, is to visit my website to book and purchase your reading. You schedule by, if you get a phone reading, first of all, the only readings you have to schedule for are phone readings, um, past life readings, and mediumship readings, by the way. So any phone reading, you schedule your time by emailing me when you're available or texting me. All right. So read the directions when you purchase your reading. And if you would like a reading, by the way, this is my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. So once you've reached this page, you know you're on the right page. You can scroll down by and read reviews from people who have purchased readings from me. You can also check me out down here on Instagram and Facebook. And if you would like a reading, go right to the store section of my website. This is where you can, like I said, view all the rates, services, products, classes, candles, and different types of things that I do offer. Um, So yes, as you can see, I offer email readings. I do offer phone readings. I do also offer video recorded readings where you send your questions and then I record myself doing your reading and email you the video to download and keep within typically 1 to 3 days or less, depending on how busy I am. Like I said, I've been very busy lately, so with personal readings. I also do offer birth chart readings if you'd be interested in that. As well as I do also offer past life readings. Like I said, if you want to learn about your past lives, I do mediumship readings if you want to connect to the spiritual realm. And there's a price point for everyone, so if you'd be interested in any of these things, then like I said, definitely check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. I'm always adding new things as well to my website. So thank you all for listening and watching. And let's go ahead and get into this reading on Shanquella. So there's been some interesting facts and fictions going on with this case. I don't know if it was a couple weeks ago. I think it was maybe around like Thanksgiving time. Time just goes by so fast, child. For me, at least, I wasn't sure if today was Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, to be honest with you. But today's Monday, I found out. So with that being said, like I was saying, there's been a lot of facts and fictions with this case. Um, like I was saying, maybe back during Thanksgiving, there were rumors that Daejhanae, who's this woman right here in this picture, there were a lot of rumors about Daejhanae. There was a rumor that she had been arrested. I remember getting a couple comments in my comment section, and I ended up like remember when I got them, I googled like Daejhanae arrested or Shanquella Robinson arrests, and I didn't see anything like from any reputable sources. So I was like, I'm gonna wait till I see a reputable source. Y'all, y'all can put whatever y'all want in the comment section. You know, it is what it is. You know, if I love your comment, that means I've seen it. That means I mostly agree with it. But if I don't love your comment, that means I probably have seen it. I either didn't see it or probably saw it and didn't agree with something you said. So with that being said, um, so that was a fiction that was purported as fact, also by certain YouTubers, that Daejhanae was arrested. That turned out to not be true. There was also certain like rumors that I've heard rumors that actually about both of these women here, that both of these I've heard rumors that both of these women are transgender. Once again, I believe that's proven to be fiction. I'm not quite sure what was going on with that. To be honest with you, I really don't care. What's interesting is that Dejanay is actually wearing trans-colored flags here, unbeknownst to her. So that's interesting. But once again, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. The point is what happened. So I'm, until these two women, or it's been confirmed that they're trans, I'm gonna say that's fiction. Because I mean, just because they're black, brown women, doesn't mean that they're transgender. Or, that they were men at one point. I mean, we've really got to get over that. Um, Anyways, that's a whole different story. So I just wanted to get that out. So in this reading, I want to focus on what is going on in the energy between Daejhanae Jackson and Shanquella. I just want to see whatever Spirit has to say, and then maybe we'll see, what questions come from that. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'm going to show you the cards, and we're going to get into the topic. I do want to say, though, before we get into the topic, speaking of trans, I didn't like that whole part of this case in the YouTubers. Like, I didn't like that, it was almost like a mockery that it may, that the fact that maybe it's a possibility, maybe it's not, I don't know, that, people were saying that these two women were trans. It's interesting, because trans women, trans people get a lot of hate, and they go through a lot just, in general. Just a couple days ago last week, I was actually, at Safeway, 24-hour Safeway here where I live, and I was dressed in drag. I was dressed, as a woman, and I consider myself, I guess you could say trans femme. I don't want to transition necessarily to being a woman. I don't necessarily, well, I have natural, boobs, I guess you could say, man boobs, but I don't want, a vagina or anything like that. I like being a man, but I also like, kind of transforming into my femininity. So that's trans femme for me. So anyways, I've experienced it firsthand, the hate and the vitriol and just the negativity, and I have a lot of trans clients as well, a lot of trans audience people who watch me, so I'm gonna support my trans people. I was at Safeway, dressed as New Cleopatra. Y'all know New Cleopatra, and I was actually streaming. So if you were on my second channel, you saw that stream. There were only like two people. And then this woman came up to me and told me I couldn't stream, and I didn't ask. And then she was going around to the other employees talking about me, basically embarrassing me in the store. When all I wanted to do was get some food. I was hungry. It was like 4 a.m. I had just finished a full day's of work of filming and stuff like that. And I'm gonna try and make this short. And I just wanted to stream and get some food. I wasn't filming them, I was filming myself, and also just some of the coolest things I saw. There's some cool stuff in that store. But she was incredibly rude, and I never raised my voice to her. I never said anything rude to her. What I did do was I put in a complaint with corporate. I put in a complaint with her manager, all right, and I also put in a complaint with the CEO of the company, and the co-chairman of the company. And just today, I got off the phone with the vice something of the company. So they are investigating it and taking it seriously. So, trans people. I say all that to say trans people actually do get a lot of hate, and a lot that comes with just them being themselves in public spaces. So let's be respectful to them. All right. Love and light. Let's go ahead and get into this reading on Shanquella and Daejhanae Robinson. By the way, I'm pretty sure I accidentally just said Shanquella and Daejhanae Robinson. I meant to say Shanquella Robinson and Daejhanae Jackson. Y'all know I be saying stuff and sometimes don't be like thinking of half the words I'm just saying. Y'all know my mouth moves faster than my mind sometimes. Alright? Or my mind moves faster than my mouth. So I try to be better, alright? But y'all know I'm gonna mispronounce something or say the wrong word in the next episode. So y'all just need to let that be a part of the show sometimes, okay? Let's go ahead and cleanse these cards. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck when you pass reading. Amen, amen, and amen. Let it just be a gag, alright? Let it be a show gag, alright? Because, child, it's just going to happen when you have so much to talk about on a daily basis, okay? Alright, let's see what Spirit has to tell us about Shanquella and Daejhanae. Alright, let's maybe just a bit. Put on some jewelry. I feel naked without my jewelry, child. Alright, what would you like to tell us, Spirit, about the relationship or the connection between Shanquella Robinson and Daejhanae Jackson? What would you like to tell us, Spirit, as we stand right now? What would you like to tell us about the relationship and connection between Daejhanae Jackson and Shanquella Robinson. Remember, you all to like the video, subscribe if you're new. Thank you for your support. If you want a reading, visit my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Ooh, the Tower is the first card, you guys. Alright. Child. The Tower. The Tower shows up in a placement of how one sees himself. So this definitely, and I don't mean to laugh, but this definitely would be Daejhanae Jackson seeing herself as screwed. Either way. Because I feel like there's part of her I'm energetically picking up where she kind of thinks she maybe, and maybe it's because there's allegedly been no arrest made, or there's been no arrest made so far yet. It's like there's a part of her where it's like, maybe I could actually get away with this, or maybe, maybe I won't be arrested. Maybe they won't, figure out. But it's like either way she's screwed, because it's not like she can go out and about, in public willy-nilly, and live life and go to Denny's, and it's like no one would, notice her, or, even sliding her card and notice the name. Like, there's, either way she's screwed. Does that make sense? So it's almost like this is an energy of Daejhanae wishing she had never, like, met Shanquella, wishing this had never happened. Wishing she had never met this people, wishing she had never met this person, if I had never met this person, blah, 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 so on and so forth. She's tied in, Daejhanae Jackson is forever now tied into Shanquella's name. So the Tower card can be a loss of identity, a loss of autonomy through someone else. Isn't that interesting how that happens? Alright? You are participating in something so cruel to someone, maybe to possibly get, some clout yourself. But you get what you want, but it's through the person you ended up harming the most. Her name will forever be raised high, but your name will be attached on the lower ranks. The bottom of the barrel. Wow. So in a way, this is kind of like the reverse. A lot of times it's the perpetrator's name who gets put in the forefront. Alright? And the victims often can be forgotten. But in this case, it was the reverse. It was the victim who was put in the forefront. And the alleged perpetrators, we'll say, who were pushed to the back. That's gonna hurt on some level. To know that this person, Shanquella Robinson, in the public's eyes, in the public, what do they call it? The public courtroom's eyes. I'll say allegedly, is maybe more important than you. And more loved than you. Wow. Let me stop. I'm just picking up the energy of the Tower. So if anything, blame the cards, blame spirit, alright? Alright. Get a King of Pentacles facing the Tower. This could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Maybe a man was influential in the relationship or connection. We know there were a couple men on the scene at the timing of Shanquella's passing. So maybe there was a man associated between these two. This man could be related to money and finances, though. Alright? In some way, shape, or form. Interestingly enough, like I said, this man, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, is facing the Tower. So, was there money involved in this situation? Was there a payment made? Money shows up again. So either there was a connection to money between Shanquella and Daejhanae, or there's something about money being connected, like I said, in somehow, some way, to the relationship of Shanquella and Daejhanae. This shows up in the placement of communication, intellect, and the mind. So I'm wondering, maybe was this the trip? Did Daejhanae corroborate Sorry, I just had a client text me about their availability for their reading, so I'm gonna have to text them when I'm done. But yeah, that's the Ace of the Ace of there's too much happening right now. The Ace of Pentacles. I cannot get over the fact that Daejhanae is wearing trans flag colors. That is kind of just gagging me, child. What an interesting turn of events for you, honey. All right, but yeah, the Ace of Pentacles shows up, like I said, in the placement of thoughts, communication in the mind, and like I said, there could be something connected to money between these two. The Magician shows up connected to family, home, and emotions. I will say the Magician can deal with spiritual influence. I've said before, I think there's some sort of spiritual influence or magic being done on this situation, whether for the perpetrators or for Shanquella or both. So this definitely could, fall in line with Daejhanae. Maybe there are certain family members allegedly that could be protecting her, whether physically or spiritually. All right, in some way, shape, or form. This can also deal with though like manipulation. The Magician card can sometimes deal with manipulation. All right. The Magician card can also be an energy of making something out of nothing, which is alchemy. All right. So I feel like Daejhanae definitely could be protected by those around her. I get a Knight of Swords. This would be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or Leo person. Facing the Temperance card, shows up in the placement of daily routine, work, job. Um, I feel like Daejhanae's kind of sitting comfy. She's being taken care of. Her needs are being taken care of. I don't know why I see someone like going out and getting her toiletries or her like hygienic products and coming back and like there may be a system around her allegedly that like works for her. All right. I get the Ace of Wands, forward movement in one-on-one relationships. The Hanged Man. Um, Her hands are definitely tied behind her back in context to the situation. Um, she definitely can't travel at this time to Mexico or any other place. All right. Daejhanae has a specific fear of being like called back to Mexico. I think there's a worry there with her. I get the Five of Pentacles. Eventually, time's gonna run out somehow, some way, in connection to Daejhanae. Time is gonna run out. Money's gonna run out. I get the Queen of Pentacles connected to friends, acquaintances, social groups. This could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or Aquarius. And I get the Six of Pentacles. I feel like Daejhanae may be in contact with someone else. Who may be a part of the overall group aspect. But I feel like right now she may be allegedly hiding out. She could be protected. But I feel like time or money's going to run out. Her biggest fear is being extradited, I think, back to Mexico. Alright. In context to Shanquella, we know, I believe, that I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I think it's been said Shanquella is either a Capricorn or some sort of earth sign. So Queen of Pentacles, like I said, would be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, or in this position it could be Aquarius. All right. So it could be Shanquella. Once again shows up in a placement of friendship, um, social networks, and things of this nature. But once again, the Queen of Pentacles is a card of money, though. Someone with money of some sort. All right. All right. And the last card I get is the Six of Pentacles, which once again is money. So I'm gonna say somehow, some way, it's possible, definitely, that Shanquella and Daejhanae Jackson had some sort of financial connection to one another. So I don't know if this is in context to once again booking the hotel room or booking the trip, or if there's something deeper there. All right. But Dejanay definitely has some fears in context to her relationship with Shanquella and Shanquella's passing. Like I said, there's a man showing up here. So interesting. I get the Ace of Wands connected to one-on-one relationships, which shows familiarity between these two. Wands deals with forward movement, taking action, things of this nature. So I feel like these two may have done a lot together, Shanquella and Daejhanae. Maybe I don't know if they went on trips frequently together, or if they went half on stuff together, but there's something about, like, let's do this together. You're going, okay, let's go together. Let's do half and half on this. Like, there's something about, like, that kind of energy. Alright? No matter how frequent or infrequent their meetings or, happenings may have been, there's definitely something connected to money. Alright, what's my final question? We got the energy of money and a man and a guy. Um, will Daejhanae say something? Will Daejhanae fess up? Will Daejhanae tell what happened to Shanquella, what she knows what happened to Shanquella? Will Daejhanae speak about her part? I think that might be my final question, Spirit. Then maybe we'll focus on the others as time goes on. Is Daejhanae going to spill the beans on what she knows, what she did, what she participated in, what she saw? What can you tell us, Spirit? Get the Knight of Swords. So I'm wondering if Daejhanae is a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or an Aries. Alright. Because the first card I get is the Knight of Swords, showing up in a position of self-image, how one sees himself, how others see them. She knows something for sure. Or she could be connected to someone else who knows something, or may have the potential to say something. Because I feel like she's, like, potentially cooperating with someone else. Get the Ace of Wands connected to money, finances, personal belongings. I get the Page of Cups facing the Ace of Wands. Or facing away from the Ace of Wands, actually. I don't know why I feel like money could be poured into this case. So I don't know if there's like a GoFundMe out there, or if a GoFundMe will be made. Four of Wands. I know there was already a GoFundMe, but I feel like another GoFundMe. Four of Wands. She's definitely being protected by family. I want to say maybe certain friends. It could be friends once again who are actually involved in the situation, because it almost looks like, first of all, four is associated with friends, acquaintances, social groups. But if you look at the two people here, it almost looks like behind them it's like a resort, right? And you know how, like, you're welcomed into the resort for the first time? Welcome, enjoy your stay. Like, I feel like, there's something with that. I don't know why it kind of makes me think of, oh my god, and I don't, I still know what you did last summer. Remember, I still know what you did last summer? My people maybe from the 90s, my millennials and, Gen Ys, alright? And maybe before that, where, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Freddie Prinze Jr., Mekhi Phifer, and Brandy all went to, the Bahamas. And they, like, half of them got, well, you know the story. Anyway, I don't know why it just reminds me of that. Anyways, I get the Ten of Swords in the placement of work, job, daily routine. Ace of Cups is facing the Ten of Swords. Ace of Cups shows up in the placement of self-expression, creativity, romance. Will she say something? I think an issue is going to come in her ability, like her daily life is going to be affected, and that's going to be an issue for her. Or that is an issue for her, but it's going to continue to be an issue for her. The fact that her daily life is affected. It's not like she can get a job and necessarily make money, maybe unless she gets an under the table job, maybe working for a family member or someone who, like, takes care of her. But the fact that her daily life is going to be impacted is going to be a problem for this Daejhanae. A man shows up. This would be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or Scorpio. Ace of Swords shows up. She will say something. This could be prominent around November, December. We're in December of this year, 2022, so I don't know if it could be like next year, or if the number 1 or 9 could be prominent. So maybe 1 to 9 weeks, 1 to 9 months, 1 to 9 days. You know, I don't know if it's 1 to 9 hours. Oh my god, the last card is the Tower again. Will she say something? She may be forced to say something. She either could, you know what? She either could go kind of go crazy, to be honest with you, because I feel like her daily life is being affected. And the way she could operate before this happened is not the way she can operate now. Like there could be something, I don't know why I get springtime in particular, where it's like she could try to ease herself and transition back to normal life. Like, okay, maybe I can, you know, maybe work a little job, part-time job. Maybe I can go out, you know, and shop for my own groceries or this and that. But I feel like she's gonna feel like people eyeing her. There's gonna be something where like maybe someone says something to her or follows her. Like there's something where it's gonna like she's gonna start to go crazy. I feel like her privacy is being affected. There is a cooperation with friends though. Like once again, it's kind of a ticking time bomb. She's kind of like has her hands tied behind her back, and it's like a waiting game to figure out like, okay, are they gonna catch me? Are they gonna do something? Are they gonna pull me in for questioning? Like I don't know if they've already pulled her in for questioning. Or are they gonna like arrest me? Like there's something where it's like she has her hands tied behind her back, and it's just like a waiting. She's just waiting, you know. She definitely could have trouble sleeping. All right, here. You know, it could be the waiting that actually could make her crazy, a little bit crazy too. You know, the fact that it's so up in the air about like, are they going to do something? Or are they not going to do something? Like, but she also could be like pulled in by force. It is possible. I don't know why I get the middle of the night or like overnight, unexpected. So I want to say it's possible maybe she could be arrested. Maybe. Or I feel like more so she's gonna go crazy, and I feel like that's gonna affect her in the situation. So something's definitely going to break open with Daejhanae. This could also be prominent around the months of maybe February, March, that kind of time. Um, this could be prominent. The numbers 12 and 16 could be prominent. So maybe 12 to 16 days, 12 to 16 weeks, 12 to 16 months, or once again, just the numbers 12 or 16 could be prominent. All right. Alright, that's all I've got for you all. I've got some clients to get to, as you guys can see. I'm getting so many messages coming in. I've got a phone reading to set up. Got a lot to work towards. Got a lot to work at. Okay, we'll take that card. Thank you, Spirit. Or we got the I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. You know, I think there's something about the love of her family and maybe the forgiveness or belief of her family or protection her loved ones or families providing her, where it's like I think it's providing this almost false sense of protection. All right, or it's like I can let go. I'm gonna be good. I'm safe with these people. Like there's something there. Let me read it one more time. It says, I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. She also could be looking at like her actions or what actually happened now for what it actually is. I don't know why I get actual tears. Maybe she's actually shed some tears over this situation. Alright. reality starting to set in. All right. Ooh, ciao. All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and get into the end of this video. Thank you so much for your support. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, get to these clients. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Love and light. God bless. Psychic with a T, the psychic with the T, that's me, that's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me. I don't care what the others say, let's channel some energy today. I don't care what the others say, let's channel some energy today. Capricorn, Virgo, Libra strong, this tarot card reading about to be long. Capricorn, Virgo, Libra strong, this tarot card reading about to be long. Psychic with a T, the psychic with the T, that's me, that's me. The one with the T, the one with the T, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the planets align, spirit speaks on time, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me. When the trolls be gone, candle work be strong, that's me, that's me.